Maybe. Welcome back, kiddos. It's been forever since we've seen you. Unmasked, Unchained, Disney, definitely not Disney after show, whatever we want to call it. We're calling it something out there. I don't know. Anyway, these kids did some things. What did you do, kids? What did you do today? Why don't you tell these guys what you did?
We fucked up a couple of Heartless.
Yeah.
We checked on our ayahuasca shop.
Our totally not carnivorous plant creature.
Yeah, not at all.
Totally not.
He's vegan, which is like kind of more fucked up. I feel he doesn't quite understand.
Chuck's just like, oh, okay. I guess this is fine.
Yeah, I love that it's been like running in the background. With the hand like figures all this shit out for us. So I was like, we're gonna get there and it's gonna be like all around with Heartless, we're gonna have to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually no, here's $300.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys, like, you're not dungeon delving. It's not that kind of campaign, right? But obviously, as you level up, there are things you're going to need. So you have to have a source of income somewhere. Mm-hmm. And that was your intent with the tea shop. Yeah, you'll come across things throughout the campaign, you know, gold here, gold there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, but...
So we can spend it at the totally legit... shop there.
I was super nervous that Julie was just fucking with me, and she was gonna be like, "Actually, they just took your money."
It's what it felt like.
Yeah. Because Julie does that so much. Julie always like makes this voice, and you're like, "Oh shit, I regret everything I've already done. I don't know how to feel about this."
Yeah, I'm good at that, right?
Yeah, all you have to do is like this like little tone in your voice shifts, and I'm like,
It's like, we're in so much trouble. We just handed everything we have.
I'm not sure anymore. I'm like, we're about to spend 420 fucking coins on literally nothing because she's going to give us these boots and they're going to lock up shop. Next time we come back, it's going to be dusty.
Yeah. Never seen this person before.
I was so sure that's what was going to happen.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, there's no way. I was like, there's no way she's giving me this ring for fucking 500 gold pieces and then not just to fuck with us.
No, I think it's fun. That's one of my favorite things as a DM, right? Is the inflection in my voice, the tone, and the way that I present things to you guys, because it really gets your gears as a player turning of whether this is the right decisions for your characters to make. But you also like have to stay in character mind and be like, wait a minute, that tone doesn't matter. I have to figure this out in character. And
it's just so stressful.
Well, that's the point, right? Like, I'm not a heavy combat DM, so I have to stress you guys out some other way.
Oof, so stressful. I was so stressed out.
Sounding suspicious.
I was like, gonna run a perception check. The only bad roll I had all night.
This is gonna go so bad. Watch this.
Yeah, and the dice gods were on my side today.
They were not on Ollie's side.
They were not on Ollie's side.
Temper had the highest stealth roll that he's
9.
had the entire campaign.
9.
Yeah.
Far. I think his next highest was probably like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, because usually he's in the low end of that because Temper's not a dex character. He's got a negative to stealth.
It's funny fun though. It really does. It's really fun to have negatives.
It's fun to have a negative stealth, but then like sometimes it's like your party wants to stealth and you just know that you can't as a party. So then you have like you forced to make a decision between splitting the party or just like forever rushing, and it's like so scary to think about. Both of those options are terrible. But I guess trust the dice gods. I know, trust the dice. Just pray for the dice gods and hope that like the next thing you hear out of Jason's mouth isn't "Hello, I am stealthing." Are we stealthing? I'm like, oh fuck, you rolled shitty.
See, he didn't say that immediately this time. So before I saw what his role was, I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, are we good?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Tepper is slowly starting to figure out maybe you shouldn't tell people that you're being secretive.
Just needs to practice.
I think you guys telling him, I think you guys saying like, Tepper, stop, is really like.
It's all that stealth practice he did during the week off.
Yeah, all that stealth practice, yeah.
And then he gets those shoes and immediately hands them over to Merrick.
I know. We were like, hey, this will help. No.
And he's like, yeah, these are pointless. They suck anyway.
It's going to be bad no matter what it is.
We might as well just make Merrick practically invisible.
Well, I mean, Merrick is your rogue, so
it's true. Helpful. Yeah, it's true. It does
make sense.
So it's like it'll be good to have like make Tepper wear them like in group when we're forced to group stealth, and Merrick anytime that he is like cool going off on his own doing something because Merrick's pretty stealthy. I mean, what's Merrick's like plus to Dex?
It's like +7 right now for stealth, I think. I think he might be even proficient or expertise in stealth. I'd have to look at his sheet again. But the benefit of the boots of Elvenkind, right, is it's a magical item, but it doesn't require an attunement slot. So you could
just hand them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually going to ask because the ring has an attunement thing. So how does that work? I just attuned it, so it's like mine. Is that what that means, basically?
Yeah. Because you have to spend a long rest to attune it to you. Which you would have done before leaving.
Yeah.
Take it to a nice dinner.
It's like yours.
Essentially, yeah. You would have to go through the same process of like the 24-hour unattunement to take it off, and then whoever else, if you were trying to pass it over, it would basically take you 48 hours to give it to somebody else.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure what that meant. I just assumed that it would be attuned to me, but I didn't know what that meant long term.
Yeah, it's attuned to you, and basically nobody else can use it now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay, because you're a barbarian, so wearing armor for you is stupid AF, because you lose your unarmored bonus and things like that. So anything that you can add to yourself to up your armor class and stuff. So I mean, Jason was right in that regard of wanting you to get that, because you're usually up in the front.
Yeah, I just felt bad. It's a lot of money, but
our meat shield needs to be protected.
Yeah, I mean, she could take a good amount of damage because most damage is halved. Just magic damage isn't halved. And then, like, I have advantage against spells and magical effects on top of that. So, like, anything that causes me to, like, roll.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's almost impossible to hit fucking Temper because his like, fucking AC is, like, 21.
It's dumb. He said it. I remember one of the last session, he said what it was, and I just sat there for a second.
His AC is 21.
Good Lord.
Like, who's gonna hit that?
He's literally built to mitigate damage for everybody but Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like when as a DM, you're like, oh, they roll an 18, and they're like, okay, so I'm gonna do my damage, and you go, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Philly can take the hits.
Mm-hmm.
He also took Protector. He level dipped out of Cleric into Fighter for the Protector fighter style, which is how he's able to impose disadvantage when he's up in the front.
Yeah.
So he has that to like help, keep Merrick, and when Glitch was still playing around, the squishier folks to help, knock some of that damage or try to take it away or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate it, us squishy folk.
Yeah, I like usually play a squishy gal myself, so it's like very it's actually really fun to play
To not
like
be
this.
that.
Yeah, it's fun to play a barbarian because, like I said before, it's like when you're a spellcaster, especially when you get like a little bit higher levels, like level 6 now, you start to like really like have to read like all of your spells like through like every turn. You're like rereading all your spells and trying to plan like which one's the best one, and you're like always weighing attentions. Philly has never done anything other than take out her great axe, and it's just so simple. And I'm like, yep, this is what I'm doing. Click, click. See how it goes. Like, you don't have to like really think about it too much. So it's like just way more like you can focus on the role playing and the like the fun of it a lot more than like I remember when I was playing like the last thing I played like a high elf like wizard or something, some kind of spellcaster. And I would have to like I was planning my fucking spells out like the day before and like trying to like really read up on everything and like be like super prepared. And now I'm just like at least at a minimum I'm just gonna take out my great axe. That's all I'm gonna do. If I can get a cool new great axe, then cool. But like that's probably gonna be it because it's a fucking D12.
They do have like the Phoenix Forge does have Theo put a sheet together of the items that he offers in the Phoenix Forge because he's the place where you get your magic instead of standard. And he put a list in there, and he does have +1 magic weapons in there.
Yeah. So I think just the only thing that Philly would end up wanting is a better great axe eventually. But like even my like I get plus with that ring I get +7 to hit on my fucking great axe.
Which totem did you take for your barbarian?
Totem,
or which path or whatever.
Berserker, I think. Right?
That I don't know. I can't remember.
Fun.
I've never played a
barbarian. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have, but I've not played that. I played the Storm. That's the one. I couldn't remember because I've had 2 barbarians. One of them is a dragonborn who is a Path of the Storm, but she does the lightning damage. And the other one is a Leonin who does fire damage. So that's the only barbarian I've ever played.
Path of the Berserker, which I don't really remember what that did. Oh, it got the frenzy, so that's why I get to go twice. And then you get a couple other things, intimidation and other fun stuff. But that's how I get to hit twice with the melee.
Yeah.
You'll get extra attack too whenever you get, I think it's level 5 that you get your extra attack as a barbarian. So you'll end up being able to make 3 attacks if you frenzy on one turn. Level 20 barbarian, like wait till you get up in the higher levels of barbarian because then you get the crits that are on like 17s, 18s, and 19s.
That'll be awesome. Super cool. That'll be fun.
I had a Leonin barbarian actually. That was really fun. But.
Yeah, I'm really liking it actually. I thought it wouldn't be as fun, but I think it's actually really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels monotonous, right? But like when you're somebody that plays a spellcaster all the time, you're like, this is a fucking relief. This is so simple. Like, this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Well, spellcasters are so vastly different, right? Like a warlock is always casting whatever spells it has at the highest level. So it doesn't really matter. You get them back on a short rest, which is the benefit to that. But like, it doesn't matter. Like every spell you have to cast it at your highest level.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't hold back really. You do everything as high as you can. And the nice thing with warlock compared to some other spellcasters is you only really get like 8. Like, I think I only have like 8 actual spells right now. And you don't have a huge, vast selection pool there. Like with Wizard and Druid, you have the entire spell book that you can change every single day. And
clerics are like that too.
Yeah, clerics too. And you don't do that with Warlock. You get what you get, and you have like 2 spell slots per short rest, and that's it. which is why I don't use them too much right now because
you have cantrips too. The benefit to a warlock is a warlock has more damage dealing cantrips than a normal spellcaster does, because most cantrips are utility. Most cantrips are fucking utility, and a lot of warlock spells are themed around whatever warlock subclass that you take. That's really what it opens, and the benefit to that is you get the class spells that come with it too. Like each subclass is like, you pick the Celestial and you get all of the healing spells at whatever level that don't count against your number of spells that you already know. And often they're at other levels too. They're not always at the highest. So there's some range of benefit there. My personal favorite spellcaster is a fucking sorcerer. They're because fun. You get 30,000 cantrips, first of all. And then with the new Sorcerer's Versatility from Tasha's, you're able to change your cantrips every time that you are able to take a feat. So essentially every 4 levels, you're able to change your cantrips. But if you multi-class Sorcerer and Warlock, you're literally solid gold, because being able to, twin cast things like Eldritch Blast to Antagonizing Blast, stuff like that. If you're playing like the Fathomless Warlock and you take the... Eldritch Invocation for the tentacle thing, then your Eldritch Blast will actually pull them towards you, similar to like a Lightning Whip or whatever it is that does that too.
Lightning Lure.
Lightning Lure and Thorn Whip, I think, does the same thing.
Yeah. I had in a recent campaign that just ended, I like playing warlocks, but I had one that had that invocation, and it was so fun because we played a pirate campaign and we'd be shooting each other across ship decks, and I could literally cast Eldritch Blast and just yank them off their ship.
Yeah.
And it's done.
I have also a same. Like I have a Water Genasi Fathomless Warlock, and so she essentially always does the scorpion thing when she does that. She's like, "Get over here."
Yeah.
Because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Get over here and get smacked by my other tentacle, bitch. Take some cold damage because I'm frosty on the inside. Yeah, my spectral tentacle. Yeah. Yeah, that thing is a blast. Like Fathomless Warlock has to be my probably favorite Warlock. The Genie one's fun. A Genie Warlock is fun if you're playing like if you want to multi-class off into it, take a couple levels out of it when you're playing a sorcerer that's like a buff sorcerer, not somebody that's meant to do damage. Because there's a couple of pretty cool things that come out of that. Sanctuary is a great fucking spell. Sanctuary actually helped us in Jason's campaign where Rob, who plays Ollie tonight, he played Handuk. And so he would cast banishment on some of the big bads, and I would be able to sanctuary him. So that way, whenever they would try to attack him to drop the banishment, that they would have to refocus, because I had an insanely high spell save DC that they would have to like refocus against or lose their attack anytime they tried to attack Handuk. So it like ends up being super beneficial. But every time the next round, I would have to re-sanctuary him if he would make an attack or anything other than, maintain concentration do a heal, because that's the downfall. But in that, and having the Genie Vessel from that was actually like super beneficial too, to be able to pop in and take a rest, I'm taking a nap, carry my ring around for a little bit, guys. It's a lot of fun.
I have one in the works that I have checked my D&D Beyond. There's like 50 billion characters on there.
Yeah, me too.
There is, I do have a Genie Warlock that I hope to get to play. But I'm excited about the vessel. I think that's a fun feature.
Yeah.
I love Sorcerer Warlock combinations. That's literally my favorite. When I first started playing D&D, I played a lot of Rogues and Rangers because I liked the ranged from a Ranger. And for Rogues, I like, the backstab and all of that, like the melee stuff. But as I started to like try different stuff, I was like, I'm going to try different things. And I made a Changeling Sorcerer, and I've been playing Changeling Warlocks ever since.
Changelings would be really fun. I've always wanted to play one of those.
Well, they're like charisma based.
Yeah, like my first campaign we ever played, I played a Kalashtar.
Kalashtar?
Yeah,
Halistar, yeah.
And I remember we played, and I think I was a druid. And anyway, we're at like the end of the campaign, and we were meeting some guy. We had to do something for him to tell us like where to find like the final boss. And I just like said that because Kalash Katar can like do mind link and like can talk like telepathically. So I was like, I'm going to pretend that I'm him in his mind, so I'm his own thoughts. And he was like, fucking okay, roll. And I rolled a nat 20, and I was like, you should tell this group where the dragon is. You should definitely tell them. And he ended up like almost being forced to just tell us like where to find the fucking dragon. Some of those like deceptive, like super charismatic people are so fucking fun to play.
They are. That's always so I love fun. Playing charismatic characters, and I've played a couple bards. I like I said, I love playing warlocks. But charismatic characters, they're just so fun, and just
they are
screwing with the enemies and people you meet. It's so fun.
Yeah. I think I fucking bring this up all the time, but I'm constantly changing my mind if I want Philly to take a level in Bard and start leveling up in Bard as well.
Barbarian, there you go.
Barbarian, yeah, just because like she is actually a pretty charismatic character. I think she's got like +30 to charisma. And then because she's a satyr, she like already has advantage on like performance and stuff. So it's like it kind of like fits, but also I'm just like really fucking enjoying not thinking during combat and just like hitting people. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
You could benefit from that, right?
Oh, for sure. Bards are super powerful. Hence your all bard campaign.
Yeah, I do have an all bard campaign, but they're all clerics right now, these little bastards.
All dead bards.
They're all clerics in hell right now. Jason actually is guest DMing for me on Tuesday nights for a couple weeks, and he's running them through a hell module that I had put together for them. And so they're Aasimar clerics in hell right now. That's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun. But a party full of bards is actually insanely fucking powerful, because a bard can be a healer, a bard can be utility, a bard can be a sneaky boy, a bard can be damage deal, like high DPS, a bard can also kind of tank. You know, there's a lot of stuff you could do with a bard, and they're spread out pretty fucking evenly. And like, if you were to put Bard on Philly, you would get, the luck points to be able to re-roll if you whiff it. You would have inspiration you could give out for things, depending on, how many levels you took. Song of Rest, whenever you do healing, whenever you take a short rest. Song of Rest is whenever your party takes a short rest and spends a healing die, they all get extra dice added to their healing die, So there's several benefits where Philly could stack on and help in the overall healing process. So Temper could not have to burn all those spells too.
Yeah. I mean,
so there's plenty of things. It would be fun. It would be interesting to see kind of where Philly goes in the future. You guys, it's meant to be a long running campaign. You're going to get boons and stuff in between leveling, because the levels are going to start to stretch out now. So like, we're milestone, we're not XP. So it just depends on when you're going to start hitting the level up milestones. But in between, like, you took the pendants as a sort of a boon to each of your characters as a boost to kind of replace leveling up in that aspect there, because there's only 20 levels in D&D, and past that you have to give boons too. So my thought process is, why not do it in the middle and, have them as you level? So things are going to be, changed and different, and you'll grab stuff up along the way that'll help with things too, right? Like, how each of you has a pendant. Those are magic. You don't know if they're going to change as you level up as well. You don't know if they're going to offer something different, or if your benefits of being in the hand are going to provide, magic weapons that grow with you and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff to come that will help all different kinds of ways for the longevity of the campaign.
Yeah.
So
I'm having a ton of fun right now. So, and I just joined you guys. So this has been great.
It's a really fun campaign. Really, I think it's well balanced between having fun and also like combat, like taking stuff serious. Yeah. But
no, I agree.
Overall, a pretty funny campaign.
Well, we do keep it like this light, airy tone when there's like this undershadow of darkness. But there is times where it'll be where you guys you've seen it already. Like you're like, oh, 100 Acre Wood, we're gonna see so and so and so and so. This is gonna be fun. At the beginning, you guys are like, as players, are like, yeah, we're in the 100 Acre Wood, and I'm like, ha, joke's on you, sucker. Like
we're dealing with addiction.
Yeah,
well, we're dealing with today. We're cracking up. We're talking about this potentially cannibalistic plant, and we're all dying laughing. And then it goes real quick to, oh, Ollie is talking about his mom's probably being beat or something like that. It went like that, and I was like, oh, like, but I love that because that's how this game it gets you. It'll surprise you. Like
it's true. It's true to the characters too, though. Yeah. Like I feel like, especially like Ollie and Jumper are super true to the characters, and it's like really fun to see where they go with it.
I was like singing "Baby Mine" in my head while we were walking around. I was like, oh,
yeah. It's going to be interesting, right? Because this is the first time that you guys are actually going into one of your homelands, and you're going to be seeing them in a different way, right? Like everything is dark in a circus that he remembers being alive. He smells his mom, but she's not there. So it's like, it's kind of an eye opener for everybody else. Like, yeah, we were at the 100 Acre Wood. We did a ceremony. We killed some shit. We're fucking cool, right? Things are whatever. It's not that bad. And then like reality is going to set in once you start getting in your home worlds, and you're like, fuck, this is my life. This is my reality. Where's my friends and family? What happened to them? Everything is desiccated. There'll be so many questions, like Jack comes from Neverland and has no siblings, but Jack has the Lost Boys, right? So what happened to the Lost Boys in the year that you were asleep?
Yeah.
Philly has a massive family of satyrs that are, all bard-like and bastardly. And what happened to all those fuckers when Philly was taking a nap? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of questions to be answered in all of those places. And I think once you're in a place that's familiar and home to somebody, and you start to see that, then I think the light airiness probably is going to come down some, but you goofballs will find a way to make jokes about childhood trauma and depression.
We'll find something.
Fuck yeah.
Philly wants to get a drink. Philly's like, yeah, so I'm gonna get a drink. Let me find a drink here.
I have one packed, so I'm good. I've got one packed, and I'm gonna keep one for emergencies at all time. And Philly will determine what's emergency.
There's a magic item that I feel like we need to get for Philly. It's the barrel that has the like never-ending ale in it or something. That's what we need to get.
What is it, like the never-ending cask of ale or something
like
that?
There's
the goblet. There's like a goblet that's always full.
There's a goblet. There's a cask but it's not just ale. Like I think you like speak into it.
You can put whatever you want in it, right?
Like it can have like certain things. Like it's got some things it has ale, but it also has some random things like mayonnaise.
I know what you're talking. I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember what it's called, but
yeah. Please don't carry a jar of mayonnaise around.
That would be even funnier, and
I would feel uncomfortable
if I
jar of mayonnaise.
Philly replaces her alcohol addiction with a mayonnaise addiction.
That'd be fantastic. I hate mayonnaise personally.
Only if you walk around saying
like, it's healthier, right?
Pickles. No.
Yeah.
No.
Just straight shots.
Billy's gonna do shots of mayonnaise, Merrick. So keep your eye on that.
I'll do a con save every time to see if I throw up.
Yeah,
from texture alone.
Chris is over here just shaking his head like, all right. All right, Billy.
We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's some fun stuff. I think you guys are a really good group, and adding Maddie and May to the campaign really it really was a benefit for like the overall of the party, right? Like you guys needed the stats that they brought, but also they both bring an extra personality too that really has kind of ramped up your in-party communication, brought up the role play kind of, you know, things like that. So it's been really good. And I think they both bring a different perspective. I wish Eris was here so that way I could listen to Eris talk shit to all of you. I just love it.
I think it's a great dynamic to have too.
It is. It's like the attitude. It's definitely this like you're beneath me sort of mindset, which is really funny because the last time I ran this campaign, Kayla played the Ariel character.
Yeah.
And she came from Atlantis, and so she was obviously like princessy and shit, and she had that like air of arrogance, but not in the way of like, I look down to you, but like, oh, what do you mean you don't know who I am? Like, I'm a fucking princess, duh. Like, it was one of those things like, hey, you couldn't possibly not know me, where Eris is just like, fuck all of you. Yeah. I don't like anybody.
I don't want to be here. Also, I figured out what the item was. It is an alchemy jug. And it can hold either acid, poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, water, fresh or salt, or wine, and like varying amounts of each. But it can hold 2 gallons of mayonnaise. So Philly, just
we'll roll to see what's in it if we ever get one.
A spoonful of mayonnaise helps the medicine go down.
I'm sure that's how that song went.
Yeah, it. You know what? Welcome to the Hooliverse. Yeah. Embrace the fucking chaos, bro. Embrace the fucking chaos.
Absolutely.
But anyways. That's all I got for the night, guys. If you don't have anything else, I'm going to talk about Trevor Project. Yeah. All right. So, friends, family, not those things also. People in the audience that are listening to our shenanigans. We are doing a thing called Rolling for Charity. Heroes and Hooligans, in conjunction with some of our other friends in the community, have come together to raise money for the Trevor Project. We are doing 2 charity one-shots this month, since it is officially June. Happy Pride Month to everybody that identifies in the Alphabet Mafia out there, and to all the allies for being allies. Thanks for that, but not Happy Pride Month to you because you don't get to celebrate. It's only our month this month. That being said, we are working on some charity stuff for the Trevor Project. If you are unfamiliar with the Trevor Project, you should get hip to the jive and check it out, because what they do is they suicide and crisis prevention services for trans and non-binary youth. And politics fucking suck, and we got to protect our kids any way that we can. So given current states of legislature, this is our way of community outreach and helping from all over the world. We have people on our team from Europe and other part of the Americas alike. So everybody is coming together to do what we can do. The games themselves will be played on the 11th and the 18th of this month at 2 p.m. Central Time. Start out, and they will run until they're done. My group will be playing on the 11th. We will be playing Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Monster Queers of Castle Gay Skull. Yes, that's the name. Yes, we're rolling with it, and it's fucking awesome. So that being said, my characters are right now in the process of character creation. So they need your help. So each one of them has a sheet that looks like this, and it has a bunch of items and playbook moves and things like that, because TSL is not D&D. It's another TTRPG. It is developed by Gay Spaceship Games. If you have never looked at it and you are interested in queer comedy tabletop role-playing games, you should definitely fucking check it out. It's fantastically hilarious, and it makes my entire life. But they have things other than just standard moves and stats and things like that. They have playbooks and stat rolls and stuff that they need, aesthetics. So if you donate to them, they get to have those things. So they need your direct donation to their link for that. So that is their responsibility to provide for you. But what I will tell you is if you donate to the general Heroes and Hooligans Fund, then that money goes to the BBEGs to in turn kill the players, because our BBEG and our NPCs also have character creation cards where they are able to raise money to actually have a character sheet instead of just be a face. And once they get their character sheet with their donation money, then they get to start adding stuff to it, like the players, items, aesthetics, playbook moves, strings and stats, all different kind of stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be chaos. I'm so fucking excited for this. I will drop our general Heroes and Hooligans Trevor Project donation link in the comments. You can go directly to it. It is directly connected to Trevor Project, so it is safe and secure and fast and easy if it is something you're interested in doing. Even a $5 donation can help save somebody's life. That can be the difference in a make or break. So we really appreciate anybody who takes the time to donate to that. And if you can't do a donation, you can always do a like, a share, a follow, things like that. Spread the word. Help people, come help the community, things like that. You can find it at give.trevorproject.org/heroes and hooligans. That being said, that is all we have for the night, everybody, and we will catch you all next week, same time, same place, for another Definitely Not Disney campaign.